Hey everybody, Kratos Lucina here. Today we are driving the Otomatic, an Italian AAA system uh, developed at the very end of the 1980s, like 1989, and into the early 90s. And they didn't actually build this thing for the Italian military. It was actually built to be sold on the market. And if the Italian government wanted it, they could. But it was an automatic uh, anti-aircraft artillery system that was, in case the Russians came, uh, it was, you know, to be the fist that escorts the tanks. Bam. Uh, Unfortunately, efforts were curtailed when the Soviet Union collapsed, and basically every system that had this particular concept, if it wasn't already built, would quickly find itself, you know, most systems did if they weren't already built, were getting thrown out. And because this one was still on the design block, even though it was prototyped, there were two prototypes. This one that sits on the Palmyra chassis, the artillery system, and then another one that was built on the Leopard 1 chassis. And it had a slightly different gun system because I guess they were testing out like different automatic systems, but they still fell under the same project. And they development went on too long. Soviet Union collapsed. And because they had already made it and kind of finalized all the production and all that kind of nonsense on it, they did put it in, their sales catalog to see. Ooh, okay. They did try it in their sales catalog to see if it would sell, but due to a lack of interest, due to, the post-Cold War situation, it was quietly pulled from the catalogs, and one of the models, the one with the Palmyra chassis, was recycled or melted down, scrapped, all that kind of stuff. And the other model, the Leopard, now sits in a tank museum in Italy. But I mean, it was a great concept, and had the Cold War either gone hot or just lasted longer, it probably would have seen more active development. Especially if the Cold War would have gone hot, it definitely would have entered active duty. But in this game, uh, it has a high explosive shell it can fire that, I don't know, you're blowing kisses at MBTs, and it might take a few extra hits to pop pop an AFV, or they gave it armor piercing rounds. And I guess the idea was they found that this gun, used with a different loading system in a different tank, did fire armor piercing rounds in the same caliber, and so they went with it. Well, I'm not going to concern I really only need 5 kills to do my... Yeah, got him. Who's he looking at? Okay. Found you. Alright. So in this game, they justified the armor-piercing rounds for an anti-aircraft gun, because, basically the barrel and the breech were used in another weapon system of the same caliber. And I mean, I get it. For this game, they kind of have to bend some rules and stuff just to justify the games or justify the tanks in this game. But overall, it's not bad. I mean, yeah, I'm taking some punches. This thing wasn't meant to be on the Uber front line. Why won't that BMP? This. Okay, cool. We got them all. Who's left? Who's still alive? Oh, is that Bradley out there? Yep, it's over. I love how the tanks like become like non-objects when the mission's over. But so yeah, it does pretty well. It's good at being a rapid fire, kind of like how I was punching that officer's tank to death. Is it can dump tons of rounds quickly. And if it needs to back out of the fight, let someone else. Now that it's looking at me, somebody else can take a flanking shot and hopefully it'll turn back towards them. And then I can pop out and finish it off. Was not ready for that M8 to come thundering around a corner, but I figured I could take that M8 shot better than I could the shot from that 490. That thing would have cut my tank in half. So, only a little bit of progression on a couple of my challenges. Did complete my my event, or at least today's part of the event. But yeah, that's the Automatic, and it really does shine on a more open map. If I can, get it up on a hilltop and shoot across the entire map, it excels there a little bit better than close quarters. Because then it can really take advantage of that rapid fire to be able to just dump shells rapidly on a target that can't even see it. But it does okay. If you can, avoid incoming fire by hiding behind corners and stuff, pop out, take some shots, back up, you'll do okay. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this particular battle. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you to those that already have. And if you'd like to see a particular vehicle, even if it's one I've already driven, comment down below and I'll throw it on the list. Because right now I just I open up the game, I scroll through all my tanks and I go, that one. So if you guys want to help guide my tank selections, feel free to do so. I'm here to have fun. And I hope you guys are having fun too. I will see you guys in the next mission. Until then, have fun.